Hi girls, it's Emily from Mummy Couture, and I thought it was about time I shared with you the new name for Mummy Couture. If you hadn't already heard, I've been working behind the scenes on this huge rebrand, and I am finally at the point now where Mummy Couture is finished and I am ready to share with the world the new name of the business and a lot more information about why I've been not taking the easy road, and I decided to take the hard road and do a complete rebrand and basically start again. So firstly, the exciting part is the new name is going to be Isle of Summer, which is completely different to Mummy Couture, but that was kind of one of the reasons I wanted to drop that mummy tag from the business, because kimonos and fashion should be enjoyed by everyone. And sometimes I just always had this sinking feeling that I was scaring away some women because they weren't mothers, they hadn't been able to become mothers, they don't want to be mothers, all those kind of issues, and I kind of wanted to be able to open it up to everyone. But what's in a name? Isle of Summer to me is a reflection of the brand that I'm wanting to build. I live in Australia. Our country is this beautiful summer island. There's always somewhere in Australia that's in a summer state. I live in Brisbane, Queensland in particular, and it is hot 85% of the year here. So we're always wearing summer clothes. So for me, it's a real reflection of my beautiful home country, and also the kind of the vibe that I'm wanting with my clothing. So the kimonos can be worn in summer, but they can also be worn in winter when you layer them. But part of the rebrand is also introducing dresses and skirts and shorts. I'm wanting to develop a whole label of staple clothing that I love to wear, and I know that you girls will love to wear as well. And the clothing will really have that summer vibe. I'm not going to call it a beachy vibe, but it's more of that relaxed, casual, Australian summer vibe that I love to wear. But to answer the really big question that I get asked all the time since announcing that I wanted to rebrand and basically start again is why? Like, you've built this successful business, it's going really well, you have super happy customers, why change things? And I can assure you, my mum and my husband and my business mentor were all saying those things to me. But really, it comes down to you have to follow your heart. And I love business, I love working, I love connecting with my customers. But there was just something niggling at the back of my mind that just didn't feel right, and I wasn't 100% bought into it anymore. And I wanted to explain those things because once I explain it, people go, oh yeah, I totally get it, of course you would. So it all started with my factory, a very small factory, and I found as I had more ideas and visions and wanting to change fabric patterns, they just kept saying no. They just kept saying, no, we can't do that. We can't help you develop new styles. And I just kept hitting these blocks, and I knew I wanted to do more than just plain pattern single kimono types. I wanted to start doing dresses and skirts, etc. And I just couldn't do it with my factory. They were great while it lasted, but I reached a point where I've outgrown them. So that led me on the hunt to finding a new factory. And I thought, if I'm going to go to all this effort to find a new factory that meets XYZ requirements that can help me grow and expand my business, I also wanted to make sure I was working with an ethically producing factory. So that's a factory that pays all of its staff above award wages. They have safe, clean, happy working environments. They receive health insurance, pensions. They're treated like humans, and there's no children in the factories, etc. So I have no idea if my old factory was like that. I would like to think that they weren't, but I just didn't have the visibility because when I started out, I had no idea what I was doing, and I just found a factory that wanted to work with me. But now I have learnt so much, and my eyes are open to the fashion world and the negative side of the fashion world. I've been educating myself on fast fashion and the huge impact it has on people and the planet. And I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of the problem. If I'm going to make this my job, I want to be proud and happy to turn up to work. I want to ensure that no one is taken advantage of when I'm building my business and when they're working with me. And that includes my factory, because without my factory, without the people making my clothes, I have no business. So they are so important to me. And it doesn't matter where they are in the world, people deserve to be treated with respect, and they deserve to be able to feed their families. So for me, that's a huge driver. So you'll be very pleased to hear that I did find my factory. It took a long time to find the right factory and the right fit for me. And I have this beautiful, not small, but medium-sized factory that's in Bali. It's all run by a family. They employ over 40 staff. They meet all my requirements of ethical producing, and they have been incredible. They have a whole team. I've got 6 of their team who work with me directly on building new product ideas, creating samples for me, and they are so bought into my vision, and I love working for them. So I feel really lucky to have found a factory that's really going to help me support me with everything I wanted to do. So I can't wait to share more about my factory. I'm going to do some behind the scenes and get some videos and photographs, so you can see that they do work in good condition, so you can know exactly who makes your clothing when you buy from Isle of Summer. And that's, for me, is a very important part of my brand, being open, transparent, honest and ethical. Another part of the new brand is I love color. I love wearing prints, and you're not going to see me wearing black all day. I love wearing color, and that's going to come through in my brand. I wanted to work with a factory who was able to print more than 3 colors, and that was one of the limitations of my old factory as well. So my new factory is able to print up to 12 colors. My prints are all screen printed by hand. The quality that they are producing by hand at 12 colors is absolutely incredible. They're really talented artists, and that also means I've been working with an artist in Melbourne, another beautiful mum, and she is so talented with her prints, and I just can't wait to share that. So all the prints with Isle of Summer are going to be unique to Isle of Summer, because I wanted to give you something different. Every purchase you make with Isle of Summer will be unique and special. But I'm also not one to forget my roots. My customers from Mummy Couture are mostly mums. They're also mostly breastfeeding mums, and I still want to keep you ladies in mind. I'm wanting to design items that you can wear while breastfeeding without it being a specific breastfeeding label. So that means button opening fronts. I'm not going to be doing zippers and poppers because I feel like that's a pretty classic sign of a breastfeeding item. So I want you to wear my clothes beyond breastfeeding. I want you to wear them and feel beautiful while you're breastfeeding and comfortable and happy with what you're wearing. And then I want you to still be able to wear those clothes for many years after you finish breastfeeding. This brand is a reflection of me as a mother and the journey that I've been following. I am a chartered accountant by background, so before kids, my wardrobe was very corporate, jeans, tidy shirt, and then I had kids, and then I was just like, whatever is breastfeeding friendly is what I will wear, no matter what it looks like. And now that I'm out of that stage and I'm evolving and trying to find myself again, I'm looking for clothes that I just can't find. So I'm going to design them, and I'm hoping that you're going to enjoy wearing them as much as I'm enjoying making them. Another one of my long-term goals for doing this huge rebrand is I wanted to build a business that I can start employing more women into my business to work with me, to build this brand, to design new products, to work on the artwork, the marketing, everything, all the elements that come to building a little business. So look, my long-term goal, call it crazy, is to have this beautiful little warehouse with all female employees, and if you have to bring your kids because you can't get a babysitter that day, you just bring them to work and don't even think twice about it. Women are so important to businesses, and just because you've had children does not make you useless, does not devalue you. You will always have a job with me, and your kids will always be welcome. So I think that's the future, and I'm hoping to be a small part of that change. So that's it. That's my brand, Isle of Summer. That's my vision. I look forward to bringing you along with my journey, and soon releasing all the new stuff.